Okay, guys. Sorry. That I changed my whole mind about what I wanted to start with today. Okay. But that's alright. We got here. So, welcome. Welcome to a very belated warm-up stream. It's not really the morning anymore, at least not for me, but maybe for some of you it's earlier in the day. Who knows? I had to postpone this stream because I had to go into my day job this morning, and it didn't get out until a little bit later. So, sorry for the extended song party warm-up today, but I decided to just go basic. I was gonna do like a skeletal study, but I really, I changed my mind. I think I just want to focus on gestures and form in proportion. So I think we're gonna start with that. I really want this to be, I think, more of just like a loose study. And so I figured I would just go with some very basic full body poses. We can talk about a little bit about what a gesture drawing is and like how to do some of that. I mean, I'm pretty rusty, not gonna lie. So as I always like to say, I'm not the expert. I'm just here like sharing my process. And if anyone has like tidbits, or if you've done a figure drawing class recently and got some nice tips that you want to share, please share for those of us who can't afford to take figure drawing classes. We are going to do a few timed poses. So I figured we'd start with some basic ones and just do timed stuff. Let me get rid of some of this extra space. Sorry, guys. I ended up doing a few other things after my meeting thing that I had to go to, and it also took way longer than it was supposed to, so I'm just running a tad behind. But that's okay. Thank you for your patience. I appreciate it. So, got male to female basic poses here. These are going to be... there's a good site for figure drawings. Yeah, there's some really good ones. There's like Croquis Cafe that I know of. There's a few that do like timed. I have them all bookmarked on my old computer. I don't know if I have them on this one. But yeah, if you have any good sites that you want to recommend, please feel free to drop some links. You can also post them in the Talk Shop section of Discord, which, by the way, if anybody is not in the Discord and would like to be, you can find resources in there. You can find other artists and people to chat with. There's a lot of folks who hang out in my streams that hang out in there too, so if you want to get to know anybody better, that'd be a good place to go. I'm still going to do, the thing today where if you draw along and you want to post something in the warm-up art section, I will show those at the end of stream. So feel free to participate, but also just feel free to hang out and lurk and watch or whatever you want to do. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We are working with clothed figures, obviously, guys. This is not a true like figure drawing study. I feel like you can still learn a lot from clothed figures, obviously, but I do highly recommend, if you're able to go take a figure drawing class where you can actually have a live model that you're drawing without we're having to worry about like weird creases or things that are going to warp the anatomy. Like there's just the ways that the fabric like pulls on the skin to like bunch skin in certain places, like by the arm or by the hip, like wherever you're seeing like the elastic. Unfortunately it can not help you as much with like how shadows are going to fall naturally over the human figure, which can you'll just learn more, and you'll have opportunities to draw the same figure in like different lighting settings, so you'll just get to learn more about how certain parts of the body are going to cast certain types of shadows. Highly recommend it, but we are going to do the best we can with what we have today. So welcome on in. Let me say hi to everybody. Oops, did I break my chat already this early in stream? It's like a record. Okay, anyway. Hello, as always, thank you, Amaze and Senna and Raga, for being here. I appreciate you guys helping me out with moderation, but I hope you get to draw along too if you'd like to. No pressure, of course. And Senna, yeah, I'm glad you could come. I know our paths don't cross as often because our schedules are usually totally opposite, but today the stars aligned. So hopefully it's a good one. We'll see. Like I said, I haven't done this in a while, so you guys just lower your expectations and we'll all have a good time. I'm thinking about maybe doing a few digital and then maybe doing a few traditional today. We'll see if time allows, but I have my sculpture cam I can always point down and just maybe do some like charcoal figure drawings. I don't know, you guys let me know if that would be helpful or interesting. I do feel like you just work differently when you work traditionally versus digital, and I actually personally really prefer to do figure studies traditionally, because I just think, I don't know, maybe it's just because that's how I first learned and first did them, but anyway, let's move on. Just Matt Gart, hello, how are you? How's your day going? Thanks for coming in. And Vale, it's good to see you. I don't know, I have all the windows open during the sun shower. Yeah, we are getting quite a bit of rain in the Denver area right now. Yeah, I know, it like got really cold suddenly today. It was kind of crazy. And Azalace, how are you? Thanks for popping in, fellow cheeselings. Yes, we unofficially decided to call ourselves the cheeselings the other day, guys. We'll see if it sticks, but I think it's very funny. Alright, who else we got in here? Koga, yeah. Oh my gosh, don't talk to me about Hawaiian rolls. Now I'm hungry. Gonna be working on your offline screen. Oh yeah, no worries, no worries. Oh wait, you mean you're working on your own? Like you're gonna start streaming again? I need to update mine. Mine is just a really old image. It's on the list. It's on the ever-growing list. That's really funny, Senna. I haven't seen the music video for Moscow in a while. I need to. Day job. I know, trust me. I wish I didn't need one, but recently, over 10 years ago, yeah. Slightly less stressy. No, Amaze, I bet you're gonna knock it out of the park. Amaze, you did so well with all the hand and feet stuff. Nofi, hello! I hope you, don't worry if you need to go to bed, but thanks for hanging out. You guys, I was hanging out on Nofi's stream a little bit earlier. If we can get a shout out for Nofi, I'd appreciate that too. And yeah, thanks for a shout out to Senna. Yeah, all of my mods, Senna and Amaze, they both stream. So if you guys aren't already following them, do give them a follow. They're fun to hang out with. Yeah, Nofi was drawing a really lovely male figure earlier. Really nice. Yeah, I know. I need to do some traditional. We might change it up. We'll see how much time we have. Short stuff. Hey, thanks for popping in. I appreciate seeing you here. I hope it's not inconvenient for you. I know it's a super late stream for me. In case of snow, have some cheese. Exactly. Yeah, we got to come up with some good puns for my raid call, guys. Cheeselings is a cute name. I know, I like it too, and I like cheese. I like you guys, and I like cheese, so it's two things I really like. It's great. I know he does excellent people. Don't listen to him. He's lying to you if he says he's not good. Okay, let's see. Thank you for that shout out. Okay, I think I'm caught up to the bottom. Let's go ahead and get started. So if you've never done drawings of the figure before, man, maybe we should look at a skeleton. I don't know. I think let's just start with shapes. So I think I've been going back and forth on this all day. I'm not really sure what's the best. Maybe we'll come back to this and do another one, maybe, because there's so much obviously to learn about the human form, basically. It would probably help us to know a little bit about the skeleton. You know what? How about this? We'll just look at the skeleton really fast. We're not going to draw one though. That had it pulled up and then I closed it because I changed my mind. Okay, so basic human skeleton, guys. Here we go. So just keep in mind these proportions. We all have this under our skin, right? And you're gonna have like kind of basic shapes that we talk about all the time when we're looking at an anatomical drawing. You guys see this if I scoot it over a little bit? So yeah, basically, I mean, this is obviously like not the same person's skeleton, but you're still gonna have these same basic features. So this actually, I think, is a male skeleton, I think based on the hips is the main way you tell in humans. It doesn't look like it has that wide birthing canal, so at least I think. I could be very wrong. Again, not an expert, guys. Not an expert. Just kind of here. So, basically, we have our main features that we're going to be drawing. So when you're doing a gesture drawing, think loose, think proportions, and don't worry about details. So we're just trying to capture the main 3 sections, right? And then you want to make sure you get your, arm and leg proportions in there as well. Note that the hands tend to fall about halfway down, like the fingertips are going to be about halfway down the femur, which is that main thick leg bone. So think about your landmarks too, right? When you're thinking about figure drawing. So some landmarks that I keep in mind is kind of like shoulder length, or like shoulder width, I mean. Hip width, relative to the rib cage. And then like, you've got kind of this little like doot, 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 doot kind of a thing going on. Now remember, this is just where the bottoms of things are, but notice like the elbows kind of line up a little bit with like the bottom of the rib cage, right? Now this varies from person to person. Some people have longer vertebrae, and some people have shorter, so this can like develop like short-waistedness or long-waistedness. Some people are gonna have different leg proportions. No two people are exactly the same. But in general, you're gonna have rules like fingertips to about midway down the leg, and just kind of like generally your elbows are gonna kind of line up with the base of your rib cage. So yeah, just kind of keep those things in mind. And we'll talk more about other proportions especially in the face. I need to freshen up on those things. We'll talk about that stuff later. But for now, I'm just gonna leave that there so we can reference it, and let's go ahead and get started. So whether you're working digitally or whether you're working traditionally, anyone is welcome to participate in the showcase. Of any skill level, doesn't matter if it's your first time drawing or not, but we are going to try to do what it says right here. Just get those bad drawings out. Don't worry if you're bad at people like me. I'm very worried about drawing this live. We'll see how I do. But we're trying to get through the bad drawings so that we can get to the good drawings. Like, this is how you develop proficiency, okay? So yeah, who's ready to scream in agony? Exactly. So yeah, let's learn together. We're here to learn together, because remember, I don't know it all at all. I'm here to learn too. I prefer to find like a loose, sketchy brush when I'm doing figure studies. Frankly, I really prefer to do it traditionally. But I think I'm going to use this. This kind of imitates charcoal a little bit. This is going to keep my lines really, really undetailed. Because I would encourage you to do this. You don't have to if you're more comfortable doing a pencil or pencil brush. That's totally fine. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so you guys can see that better in case anyone's using my screen. We'll start with the male figure first, and then we'll go over to the female. I tried to find figures that were very simple, not too complex, and gave you a good idea of like proportion and shadow and that kind of thing. So for me, the first step, and we're not going to worry about timing them yet. Right now we're just practicing proportion, right? But we will move into some timed sketches. So yeah, think about, someone just said the word line of action. Yeah, that's an important one to think about. Why is my brush not working? It's weird. Why is it doing that? Huh, okay. Maybe this isn't the brush I want to use. Sorry, I'm still learning Krita, so I don't know all the things just yet. Let me find a better brush. Shoot, thought that one would be good. Okay, let's use this Conte Crown brush, I guess. Ooh, actually, maybe this. Shoot. Okay, here we go. This is a good one. Alright, so nice blocky brush. So I'm going to be just focusing on proportion. So we got the general line of action. So you have, when someone says line of action, they kind of mean like the general line. Do you guys see how if I were to draw a line from crown to foot, there'd be kind of this gentle sway? You'll see this in the female too. Here's the general line of action of this pose. They're both actually kind of similar. She's got a little bit stronger line of action right here. So it's like she's really kind of grounding her weight into that heel to make this pose. Tried to find some dancers. Dancers tend to be really good for figure drawing, so a lot of what we'll be drawing from are dancers. But yeah, find your line of action if that helps you. That's one way to start, so that's a good point. I'm probably missing a lot of good tips in chat. I'll catch up in a second. So I'm going to draw the head, kind of the shoulders, that rib cage. Remember, our big sections are the ribs, the hips, the head, and then you can kind of work on your proportional stuff we just talked about. But if you kind of draw your line of action first, that can help you sort of sketch in the other bits. We got the hips there, got the leg, other leg. There we go. Got our action lines. I kind of drew him slightly larger than the image. So he's going to be a little taller than his picture, but that's okay. I'm kind of just trying to get proportion, right? I'm not worried about details. So I'm trying really hard not to like jump into like drawing the arm, drawing the hand, drawing all this, the shadow, just yet. We'll get there, but just right now, let's just get used to drawing the form, okay? If you want to, you can draw in a little bit of lighting if you want to do a quick lighting study. But again, we're just trying to get these basic things done. So I'm actually gonna lean her into that foot a little bit. And I'm gonna use that line to sort of base her whole shape off of that. So got the rib cage, the hips, that really strong stance. And this is just one way to do it. I don't always do the action lines, quite honestly, but I'm pretty rusty, so I'm just gonna try and do this. And I'm just looking for shapes. You can see I'm kind of trying to find like the thigh shapes a little bit, foot, calf, all that stuff. And notice the posture too. She's got her shoulders back. The arm kind of hides a little bit behind the breast there. Okay, here we go. Okay, perfect. Oh, and there's an ad, of course. So if anyone's stuck in the ad, I apologize. There we go. There's some basic gesture poses. Oh, hey Beans, how's it going? Let me catch up on chat while there's an ad. Give you guys, anyone who's still drawing, here, let me scoot it over so you can see both figures. In case you were still using any one of those. And these are both posted in my Discord. Don't actually know how to, here, let me scoot him a little closer. For her, maybe. Boop. Hopefully you guys can see both of those okay. Where did he go? Oh, of course I drew on the wrong layer. Why would I draw on the right layer? That would just be off-brand, frankly. Of course not. One of these days, guys. One of these days. Okay, there we go. Hopefully you can see both of those if anyone's using the screen. Let me catch on up. Perpetual Insomniac. I know, short stuff, but still. Sketchdaily.net. Cool. I'm gonna pin this. Oh, I think... Wait, maybe I'm using a different one, but I've seen one like this where you can generate your own types of images. Really nice. I might have this one, but thank you for that. I'm gonna put this in Talk Shop if you didn't. Let's see. Still put a timer on stream. No, I don't usually put one on stream. Yeah, it's kind of up to you guys if you want to time these or not. I'm gonna move into time sketches, but right now I just want to practice basic structures. I'll pull up a few more here in a second. And then we'll get into like some more once we're kind of loosened up. At least once I'm kind of loosened up, we'll get into more timed drawings. Just look at the skeleton, exactly. Let's see. Oh no, it's not just you, Nofi, unfortunately. We are a brain piloting a skeleton wearing skin armor. I like that. It's true. That is a male skeleton. Yeah, apparently that's true. It can be sometimes. Let me catch up a little bit more while I'm waiting. I think ads are done, but just in case. Time to take notes. Nofi, I don't know if you want to take notes from me. I'm still learning. Be our new Bob Ross. I don't know about that. No. Let's see. Alright, I think I'm... Hey Darth, how's it going? You only posted the male. Oh, did I? Oops. Sorry. Let me fix that. I thought I posted both figures in chat. My bad. My bad. And just so everyone knows, this is going to be, you know, work safe, family friendly still, so let's keep it that way in chat, guys. We already looked at the human figure, so resist the urge if you can. I know it's hard. Let's see. Oh, hey, Evan! Wait, no, Evekin Dead? I don't even know how to say your name, but welcome on in. I'm just gonna call you Ava. Maybe Ava? Hope you're doing well. We're just practicing some figure drawings today. Let me rectify my mistake. I forgot to post the female in the chat, so now the female is in the Discord chat as well if you need that. You can always type !Discord to get in there. Or you can go to my references that Amay has pinned up at the top of Twitch chat, so you can always go there to find some more if I'm going too slow for you. There are lots of options here. Alright, let's pull up I'm gonna pull up some new figures here. That is that Pinterest page, by the way. That's where I will be sourcing most of these images. So, yeah, feel free to, here's another pretty basic female. Here we go. I'm gonna move on to a new one here. Oh my gosh, why is it not letting me resize this? Oop. Technical issues, guys, technical issues. Scooch you over here. And again, if you would like to use different references, you do not have to use the ones I am using. As always, these are just some options. But feel free to get started if you'd like to. I don't watch your streams too much because I'm always busy trying to do something. That's fair. From your experience, I wanted to ask if age had an important role in working in this field. Can you explain what you mean? I'm afraid of age because art school is expensive and I don't know if it's worth it. Do you mean like, are you trying to ask like if you feel like is there a certain point when you're like too old to try to get into the field? Is that what you're asking me? I would say no if that's your question. I mean, I'm definitely not a young spring chicken. You know, I'm not fresh out of high school or anything. And I think, you know, we do talk a lot on stream if like the whole comparison game of art, right? Of like, oh, here's all these like young, you know, fresh kids like getting out of school and they're all just amazing. You know, imposter syndrome is difficult to get past and the whole age thing can be tough, but there's plenty of people who are like artists who didn't even like really get started until they're in their 30s, you know, and like a lot of them didn't like do well until they're in their 40s and 50s. There's plenty of famous artists who have that story too. So I mean, I don't think you're ever too old, one. I do think you have to be like, you know, make sure you're taking care of yourself. I wouldn't like quit your job and just pursue art and hope. But I think you can be pragmatic and be financially stable and do art. You know, like I think all of those things are... Ooh, oh my gosh. Be at Easel. Oh my goodness. Thank you for that raid. Holy cow. Welcome in. It scared me a little bit. I'm sorry if I yelled in anyone's ear with my little frightened squeak. Welcome in, readers. We actually just started a figure drawing session. I've never done this before. We usually do warm-up streams in the morning, but I had to go to a thing at work and decided to move this one back to the end of the day. So if you'd like to do a cool down stream, thank you for that shout out to Easel. How was your stream? Thank you so much, Scald in Alaska, for that follow. My name is Casey. It's nice to meet you. You guys go give Easel a follow. She's a doll. She's so sweet to hang out with. Babe! Oh my gosh, hi! It's good to see you guys. Let me say hi to everybody. Yes, SVS Learn and Schoolism are great places to go. Ava, if you're still in here, those links that Anxious Beans dropped, really good stuff. And I would agree that online art school is definitely better, and cheaper, and more accessible. Willow and Wells Jenny, thank you so much for popping in. Rameline, oh, Dr. Kirk. Wait, I gotta do the thing where I'm not bad at Twitch. Hold on. I'm gonna open up the thing where I can actually read your names and not try to read off of my OBS. Pro streamer, guys. We're learning together. That's what this stream is all about. I'm really bad at Twitch, but I'm getting there. Dr. Kit Cat in Space, thank you so much for that follow. How is everyone doing? Andrea, hello. How are you? Good to see you. Oh, thank you, thank you. Arturo. It is definitely an invasion. Welcome on in, Rameline. Legendary Vegan. Oh, these are great names. I'm trying to get to them in chat. Here we go. Prue, hello. Oh my gosh, Sarah McGee. Babe, if you have, or not Babe, I'm sorry, I was reading Babe's name, but Easel, if you have any art you want to share, feel free if it's a link or an image of what you were working on today. But if you have to run, I know you said you had movie night, so go have fun at movie night. I'll probably pull your Instagram up later if you gotta run. Yeah, thanks for coming in. Trust person, thank you so much. Wait, what? I didn't say that. Did I say that? I'm a trust person? No, you're not. You're great, Prue. What are you talking about? Sparrow McGee, thank you. I don't know if I said that. For anyone who's never been here before, my name is Casey. I am trying to get into illustration. I'm trying to be a children's book illustrator. Here's the portfolio that I'm working on right now if you guys want to see it. Most of the time when you're on my streams, you're either going to see me doing warm-up sketches, kind of like these, or actually never like these. This is the very first time I've done figure drawing, so I just lied to you already. I'm so sorry. But here's the portfolio I'm trying to update. So I've done a few of these on stream. Some of these are pretty old pieces. This is the one that I finished, I think, most recently. I'll show you the one I'm working on right now. I'm working on like one that has dinosaurs in it. But yeah, there's my socials if anyone wants to follow. Appreciate the support, of course. I'm a den of lies. I know. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It drives Easel nuts. Oh, I see. Driving Easel nuts or calling you a trash person. I don't like either of those things, maybe. Easel energizes me. Anytime I go to Easel's stream, I'm just like, man, I feel so energized. I feel so ready to do stuff. But I'll try and take your word for it. And thanks for the lurk, babe. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, we'll try and do more figure studies at some point. But yeah, we haven't quite gotten there yet. I'm just starting my like getting better at humans like journey, so bear with me. Here's another piece I finished. Some of you've probably seen this one before. Another piece I finished recently on stream. So if you like digital art, if you like illustration, feel free to for girls movie night. Okay, well, no rush, Easel. I'll probably just pull up your Instagram here in a little bit. Thank you so much, Anxious Beans. I'm glad you like this piece. Yeah, I've been trying to update this portfolio. So one of the things that's very clearly lacking, at least in my opinion, is humans. There's not a lot of humans in this portfolio, and I'm trying to get into kids' books. Lots of lions and animals and mythical creatures like griffins. Here's a picture from a dummy I did of a graphic novel. All kinds of animals, but not a ton of people. So yeah, I'm just kind of pulling whoever wants to hang out with me into my journey of improvement and trying to get better at drawing in general. So we do warm-up streams Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, usually at 10 a.m. But today, like I said, I had to go into my part-time job and do that part-time job stuff. So that's why this one's later today. I also do creature design stuff sometimes just for fun. It's a fun exercise. We do a series called Sea Slug Dragons where I'll look at a sea slug like this lovely, I think it's Rose's nudibranch, I think is what it's called, and design a creature based off of it. So it's kind of an older design, but I have other ones, I just haven't saved them yet. But anyway, if you're into any of that, that's what you can find here. So thanks for hanging out with me, and thanks for bringing your folks over here, Isel. Good luck finishing your picture. I might pull up your Instagram so I can show my folks what you're doing. But yeah. Oh, and I also do sculpting. I'm actually going to be painting this at the end of the month. I still need to get it fired, so I might need to do that later today. But yeah, a Parasaurolophus sculpture that I made on stream over the last... I usually do sculpture streams or traditional media streams kind of at the end of the month. So my last stream of the month is typically like sculpting right now. But I'll probably be painting this sculpture on stream next week. So we'll see how that goes. I haven't done this in years, so I'm definitely easing my way back into it. Anyway, that's what I do. So thanks for popping in. All right, back to our figure drawing. Oh, and if anyone wants to draw along, by the way, I do have a Discord, and anybody who drops any sketches that they want to share from the warm-ups in the Discord, I will share those at the end of stream. Okay. We are just getting started though, so we just talked about proportion, line of action, kind of like the basics of human anatomy, and we're just trying to go, not worried about details right now, just worried about getting proportion right. So let's move on to these ones down here. And I don't remember if I posted these in the Discord yet, but I shall momentarily. Okay, so, and I honestly might get a little behind on posting all of the images in Discord, guys, so I'm just gonna hope that you can find these in the appropriate sections of my Pinterest, to be honest. Okay, so, again, gonna grab this and do some quick studies. I'm not worried too much about details. We're just worried about proportion. So these should be pretty fast. These are just going to loosen you up to kind of get the pieces right. So I would say, like, try not to spend more than a minute on each drawing. And don't worry about a total accuracy. We can actually go back and redraw some of these poses, that way I don't have to keep looking up new ones. And we'll go back and do like more detailed versions of these. So just kind of see if you can get proportion correct. So we've got the arms, remember, ending about, see, her hands are actually a little bit, she's got really long legs. So her hands actually end a little bit higher up the leg, not too much, but just a tad. And you'll notice things like that with different models, depending on leg length, torso length, all that stuff matters. So, go, the arm is hidden. Hand there. Try to think about your landmarks too, like where are the knees, where are the elbows, kind of check and make sure, like, okay, is that ending at the bottom of the rib cage? Kind of check what I call them landmarks, but I don't know if there's probably a more scientifically correct term for them. Yeah, but try to think about weight. Weight is something you can really emphasize with these heavier lines, like the weight of her body on that foot versus the lightness on this foot. Kind of the angle of the hip, right? It's a pretty dynamic piece of this pose particularly. And again, think about like elbow, where like line yourself up, kind of double check all that stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna move this one down. Shall we talk about negative space? Yeah, you certainly can. We definitely, I mean, that's something I talk about a lot in my warm-ups, is like checking your distances by looking at the negative space. Like the space in between the arm here would be negative space, if you are not familiar with that term. So we have negative space, which is like anything that's not the object, and then positive space, which is what you're actually drawing. So it's another way to gauge how you're doing with your proportions. Like this is a negative space right here, we got negative space here. Obviously I drew this one a little bit too big, so this one's a little disproportionate, but that's okay, because we were just getting started. And I'm not too worried about it at this stage, honestly, because we're not trying to go for detail. We're just trying to go for proportion. So if you get your negative spaces off, don't worry about it. Remember, the whole point of a study is not to copy the image, but it's to actually learn from or ask yourself questions. Like, where's the weight of the figure? So like in this one, I'm seeing the action line kind of here, but look at the weight. You can tell like this is the heels are where she's placing the weight, but especially this leg, right? So on all of these poses, it's a very strong left leg. It's holding a lot of the weight of the figure. And like kind of think about like where, you know, where's their pressure? Something to think about too. In fact, I'm just going to draw this pose right here, and then I'll do these two down below. I like this one. She's also leaning really far back, so this is like a really extreme sort of a pose. I'm gonna do this real fast, and then I want to go show you guys Isol's Instagram, so you can see what you're missing out on. She does really cool oil paintings and stuff. So if you're looking for a nice oil painter to follow, I believe she was just working on a character from Lord of the Rings when I popped on earlier. It looks like she's getting close to finished on it too. I might actually use a slightly smaller brush now. Getting a little in the way here. Will I be on a while? Yeah, probably a little bit longer. We just got started, so I want to do at least a couple of more detailed drawings, so yeah, probably a little bit. I totally forgot to advertise I was doing this anywhere because I just jumped on right after I got off work, so I might stop in a minute and do some of those posts that you have to do, right? Oh, social media, how you rule our lives. So like this, my proportions are way off. So let me double check really fast. We got our hips, we got that. Got the knees. Got that strong pose here. Yeah, doing some figure drawing. Hope your day's going well, by the way, paleontologist BA. Thanks so much for being here. Yeah, probably at least a little while. I probably won't. I don't know if I'll go much past 6. It's 4:40 for me. I do have some other stuff I gotta get to, but probably at least a 2-hour stream. I also want to make sure I can show people's work off, and so I try not to go too long on the warm-ups just because I know people have stuff they gotta get to, but I do want to give people a chance to like share their work and see it on screen and all that fun stuff, so yeah. There we go. Okay. How to... Might zoom out a little bit. There we go. Do these 2 poses. And I might even look into some of those sketch sites that we were talking about. So we can do some like automatically timed poses where you can see the timer on the screen. I can find those old saves that I've got, bookmark saves. Remember, these aren't going to look pretty and refined. These are just our quick warm-ups for the figure. So please don't fret about too much about detail. You just want to be, again, right now focusing on proportion and kind of the weight of where the figure is standing. That's how you kind of imply things like motion, is learning how to imply weight in the stance, I guess. Again, not a professional, don't have all the right terms, but gonna try my best to articulate that stuff to you guys. Okay. There are 3 sections here. And feel free at any point, guys, if you have one of these, even these early ones that you want to share that you really enjoy, feel free to drop them in the warm-up art section. Or if you're working on your own, kind of doing your own study, not using these images, maybe you're using a different, you're just doing one long-form study, feel free to put those in there as well. You do not have to draw the exact image that I'm drawing ever, just in case anyone's new and they don't know how it works. Prepping inverts. Oh, that's okay. I just applied actually to do some fossil prep for invertebrates at a local museum here. Anxious to see if I'll get it. I probably won't. My schedule's pretty limited, but we'll see. We'll see. It would be fun. I'd love to meet some folks who could connect me with local digs and stuff. So it's kind of my long-term goal. It's my ulterior motive there. Oops, went off the page a little bit on that one. Alright, there we go. I'm gonna let you guys finish these up. And then I'll pick some more. Let's do some male figure. Sorry if that covered it up for some of you. Never know where the program's going to drop things. But here's another figure for those who are ready to move on. I think I'm going to start doing a longer form. I'm feeling kind of warmed up. You know, we've done about six quick gestures. So let's go ahead and move on to slightly more detailed drawing. So I'm going to switch over to a male figure here. We've only done one male study, so let's jump into that. Yeah, no worries, Beans. Thanks for popping in. I hope it was somehow helpful for relaxing some of those art muscles, and maybe we'll see you again sometime. Alrighty. And while we're taking a break here, I want to show you guys what Easel is up to really fast. Which is messing up on you. Oh no, am I buffering? Hopefully you guys aren't having dropped frame issues. Sorry if you are. I'm gonna go snoop over on Easel's page. Grab her Instagram. Alright, here is Easel. For those who, we're gonna take a little pause. I'm gonna cover up the image for a second, so take a screenshot or something if you need it. Again, most of these are in Discord. But here's what you're missing out on if you're not watching Easel. You can watch paintings like this. Be painted live here on Twitch. So if you aren't already following Be Easel, not only a great artist, but really fun person to hang out with. Aw, love it. So fun. So fun to watch her work, and just kind of the atmosphere at her streams is amazing. So, yeah, give Easel a follow if you aren't already following her. I love watching oil painters here on Twitch because it's just so inspiring how they use the pigments and things and somehow make it all make sense. I'd love to learn how. Like, look at the atmosphere here. I already favorited that one. Anyway, Be Easel, excellent work. Here's her Instagram for anybody who would like a link to that. There you go. Thanks again for that raid, Easel. I do appreciate you. All right, let's do a longer form one here. Morrison Natural History Museum? Is that here in Colorado? Oh, I see. I'm sorry to hear that, Azalace. Oh, cool. I'll have to check it out. Thanks for the recommendation. Okay. I'm going to start a timer for this one. So I'm going to give it myself, we're going to do like a 5-minute pose on this one. I'm going to post this one in the Discord so that people can reference that as needed. Yeah, thank you. I will look into that one for sure. And actually, we'll do this one just because I have it pulled up, and then we're actually going to go back and revisit those 2 earlier poses we did because I think they're really basic and nice. This one's pretty dynamic, so it might be a little intimidating, but don't be intimidated. I'm going to set a 5-minute timer on my phone because I don't know how to do that on my computer. Feel free to get a little bit of a head start if you need one. But yeah, we're just going to see how far we can get. Feel free to drop your 5-minute sketch in the Discord if you'd like to. But no pressure. Where's my timer? There it is. Okay. So you're hopefully going to hear this. I would assume you're going to hear this on on stream, so I won't have to worry about any of that. But timer is about to start. And yeah, remember, focus on your big shapes. So before I hit the timer, don't freak out. It's okay. You're not going to finish the drawing, and that's okay. We're just going to do what we were just doing, like start with these basic lines and shapes. If you're working traditionally, maybe go a little bit lighter hand so that you can draw over it to do more details, like drawing the fingers and that kind of thing, like we've been practicing. For those who missed it, we did a hand study and a foot study last couple of weeks, so feel free to go watch those if you need to at some point. But let's get the action line in, kind of get the weight in, get the proportions right, and then once you've gotten those things, then you can start adding some details over the top, like the fingers, the toes, kind of some musculature. Maybe a little bit of value. We'll talk about value in this one because that's one of my favorite parts of gesture drawing. So, timer is begun. Let's go ahead and do some sketching. All right. So we have our sections. Got our action line here, if that helps you out. I don't always do that, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I like to do shapes instead. So for me, I'll sometimes draw like the rib cage, kind of some of those muscles in there. And then it helps me to kind of visualize where I'm going wrong and where I'm going right. Telling you guys, dancers are the best reference for this kind of thing. I really like this hard, heavy line here for the line of action. Definitely noticing that quite a bit in this pose. Outcast Gaming, hello, how are ya? Good to see you. We're doing some figure drawing today. Give him a little bit too much figure there. That's okay. It's not gonna be perfect. Remember, we're getting the bad drawings out, guys. Focus right now is weight, gesture meaning like the overall flow of something, and then you can worry about those details later. Trying to check my proportions as I go. And I'm not worried about details yet because personally I am not there. Go. Now, some of my proportions aren't great, and I can, this is the nice part about digital, it's a little easier to fix, but you can also erase. Nothing, unless you're working in pen, nothing is set in stone with this, right? And you guys still have 3 minutes, so we got plenty of time. Don't let yourself feel stressed about the timer. Remember, big loose shapes, check your form, check all of that first, and then move into detail. I'm going to focus on value, because I feel like I learn the most when I'm doing that. So I'm going to be doing the value study here. Feel free to do details if you'd like. I'm trying to take note of where I see, obviously the light's coming in from this way, so that kind of helps me just paying attention to that, asking that question as I'm looking at the reference and going, okay, oh, thank you for that follow. I will thank you in just a second. I want to beat this timer. I don't know exactly who it was, but one day I'll fix my bot so that I actually have that show up in chat. It'll be a little easier for me to see. There we go. Okay. I love this strong neck shadow here. There's a lot of cast light there. And something else you can do if you're working on toned paper or like a toned background like I am, you can actually pull in some light a little easier when you have a middle gray that you're working on. This is always so awkward because the clothes really warp some of this anatomy. I don't think this is entirely right. And it's also causing some weird shadows to be cast, so I'm not gonna worry about that too much. This is almost all in shadow. Got that little bit lighter skin tone down there. Okay, but I can come in with a white and kind of note where I see highlights, right? So I can say, oh, here's a light spot here and here. I see a really bright, this neck tendon from the ear to the neck, or the collarbone rather. I see a bright one there. Cheekbone. I'm not worried about face details personally today. Probably just gonna focus on gesture and light for myself. But as always, feel free to do what you want. Okay, about 45 seconds. So if you're still kind of, don't let yourself get too caught up in details until you've done the overall form. That's kind of the hardest part. I see light here, here, and if this cloth wasn't in the way, I believe we would probably see light in the places I'm kind of seeing light here. So I'm just gonna sketch those in. This is the frustrating part of too much cloth gets in the way. There we go. And a little bit more of this gray color. Strong jaw shadow contrasted with that really strong neck light. Kind of nice right there. I like that detail. Oh, there's my timer. Okay. Oh no, I missed an ad break. I'm so sorry there was an ad break in the middle of that. And let's see, who was that follow? Nixie, thank you so much for that follow. I really appreciate that. All right, I feel like, I can't tell if it's the model or just my drawing. I feel like I did the legs a little short, personally. I think they're a little short. But some of that could be the angle too, I don't know. I think I didn't draw his foot long enough, that's really the issue. I got a little excited there. But that's okay. Remember, we're not trying to go for perfection here. Alright. That's a 5-minute drawing, so one way you can kind of delineate that if you post in the Discord, just kind of put the minute timer, like if you do have a time limit. And remember, these images are being posted in Discord if you want to make sure you don't get interrupted by an ad break. Or you can pull up that Pinterest file and find the reference or find your own. You do not have to use the poses that I am using. Alright, let's do another one. A little bit of impromptu art class today, guys. Just honestly just makes me miss like doing figure drawing. Oh man. Okay. Let me find another one here. I might just use one of those first ones we did, because I said we would go back to them anyway. And they're pretty simple. Yeah, let's just use those. Well, actually, no, I like this one. Let's do this one. It's fine. Here's another a little bit more dynamic dancer. Oh, come on, Pinterest. Stupid Pinterest. It's not what I was clicking. Dang it. I lost a really cool pose. Let's do this one. This one's not quite as cool, but it's still not bad. This one will go in the Discord as well. Okay, and here we go. Let's do another 5-minute pose here. Ooh, I'm running out of room. Vintage figure drawing here. I'm gonna cover up Mr. Skeleton. We don't really need the skeleton anymore. You guys know where to find him if you need him. Alright, let's do another 5-minute pose. I'm going to set the timer. The image is in the Discord as well as in the Pinterest page. It is pinned in the female section. And it's up on screen. So hopefully you guys can all find it. Feel free to start your own timers too if you're not ready when I get started. But I'm going to go ahead and start my timer now. So, once again, same thing. We're just going to be looking for those big shapes. Thank you, Maze, yes. And if anyone can't find the link at the top of chat, if you're in mobile or something, I think it's a little harder to see. So there's that link in chat again. Thanks, Maze, appreciate you. So we got the rib cage here. Now this one, note the pretty bent line of action here. She's definitely got her she's at a very dynamic pose, and the swimsuit obviously is kind of enunciating it a bit. But basically her hips are kind of like this in this image. While her rib cage is kind of arched up. So Another reason I like to look at dancers for anatomy is they're usually very like slender, but they're also usually pretty low body fat percentages because there's a lot of jumping and lifting and flying around. And you have to maintain a pretty low body weight to do that, and so you end up seeing a lot of muscle detail that you don't typically see in like the average person. Well, typically only like in athletes and stuff. So, I was about to make a thick weight. I'm doing good. Yeah, I'm doing well. Yeah, just got off work. I had a kind of a mandatory meeting at my job today. So, Outcast. Sorry, that was a delayed response to your question. Love this heavy foot in the background, really kind of holding the whole weight of this form, right? Oops, I drew way too close to the picture. And you might notice that I do really small circles when I start my heads. It's not really the size of the head, it's just like the location, essentially where I want the base of the neck to end, like the top of the neck to end where it meets the skull. So that's kind of what I'm indicating there. Everyone's different though with how they do that, so. And we are going to be doing some more breakdowns of human anatomy too. So we've done hands and feet, but we're also going to do like torsos, back and shoulder muscles, all that stuff. So stay tuned if you want to get better at humans. We are going to be doing more human anatomy focused studies, but today we're just focusing on the form, kind of getting gesture down. Proportion, all that kind of stuff. Important things. I'm gonna draw right on her. Right, and now we get to do the fun part for me. This is the part I like, is the light. Value is so helpful. And again, so much obscured by the cloth in some of these images, unfortunately, so you're not going to learn as much about where the light is going to fall and like kind of the anatomy of the body as easily here. That's okay. Alright. We're going to take a break after this one and check in and see how everyone's doing, give you a chance to share anything you want to share. And then I could actually break it up. I'm not sure how long we'll go, but I might break it up this time, and we'll see how many are in there. If there's not too many, I'll keep going. But I don't want to make people have to wait to share their work, so. Let's see how we're doing. Yeah, let me know how you guys feel about it. We might do these again if you guys think it's helpful. So. I love doing value. So much fun. That's like my favorite part of painting. Notice that this front leg is more in the light than the hind leg. A little bit behind there. I'm going to thin up my brush here and draw in some of those strong muscle lines here. Oop. Didn't have time to finish this. It's okay. Alright, I hear you. It's my little arm going. Okay, there's another 5 minutes. I'm gonna post these and we'll see where we're at. And again, if anyone needs that Discord link, if you wanted to share, if you don't have a Twitch account but you're watching and you kind of want to share, Discord is a free chat app, basically. It's like an interactive forum. It is a PG-13 space, guys, just keep that in mind. So please don't post any totally unclothed figures in there. But yeah. Okay, yeah, we got plenty of time. So let's move on to another one. We'll do a slightly longer pose this time. We'll do a 10-minute pose. So you'll notice as the time increases, at least for me, I tend to mentally start to get stuck on parts of the image because I'll be like, oh, I've got time. Let me fiddle with this. Just remember, you want to get your whole overall motion of the figure done first, and then move into some of those details. Make sure your proportions are right. Make sure the weight is right before you start trying to do too much, because then you'll pull back and be like, oh shoot, like I totally got this part wrong, and then I added all this detail to it. Let me find a good new one. Let's find a nice dynamic pose here. Oh, this one's not too bad. Some of these images are so blurry. No worries, short stuff, no worries. Here's a classic pose. We'll do this, the disc thrower pose. This will be a good 10-minute. Okay. I'm gonna make a new folder. I'm running out of room here. I'm not gonna make you no. Bye all my mods. No worries. That's funny, Raga. Hey, if you gotta go, you gotta go. No worries. No worries. I am not anticipating this being a really intense stream, so do what you gotta do. Oh, that was scary, but also thank you. Who was that? I missed it. Wordinin, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you popping in. We're just doing a quick figure drawing session tonight. Nothing too crazy. Feel free to hang out if you'd like to. But I appreciate that. That was so kind. Okay. How do I do this in Krita? Sorry, I'm also learning a new program here, so please bear with me. Gosh, I just want to slide everything in. How do I do that? Ah, there it is. Okay. Perfect. Oops, I slid my title in. Shoot. Get out of there, title. There we go. Okay. We're gonna do a 10-minute pose now. So I've dropped this image. Feel free to take a stretch break, guys. If we haven't, if you need to take a stretch break, make sure you arch your back a little bit. Make your shoulder muscles kind of not touch, but like, you know, bring them together toward the back of your body. And then kind of settle into a more upright pose if you're somebody like me who punches. Make sure you do some good wrist stretches. We're doing a lot of detailed work right now. Welcome back on in. Oh, no worries, Word. Yeah, no, you're all good. Thank you for even wanting to follow, honestly. I have been shocked by how supportive and nice and awesome Twitch art is, so the fact that you even like wanted to follow is flattering in and of itself. And I hope you're doing well. Oh, wait, let me pull up my little notifications. Thank you so much, Raven, thank you so much. So we're doing anti-carpal tunnel stretches right now. I have a timer that goes off to do these about every 30 minutes, but I'm probably going to miss them today since we're doing... Oop. Apparently I restarted my 5-minute timer. Since we're doing some timed figure drawing studies today. This is not like my standard stream. Oh my gosh, Shara, are you kidding me right now? Right in the middle of stretching too. Hello, readers. Thank you so much for popping in. Oh yeah. We just got done with our first round of warm-up sketches. We're about to jump into round 2. We were taking a short sketch break. We are looking at the human figure today. Welcome, Raiders. I do warm-up sketches Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Usually about 8 hours earlier than this, but I had a work thing I had to do for my day job, so I didn't get started till late. So we just did the first round. These are the quick proportional gesture studies. We were also talking about like action lines, weight, kind of got into some 5 minutes where you could do some values, and you're just in time. So if that sounds like fun, feel free to hang out. Sure, what'd you get up to? If there's anything you can share, feel free to share. And thank you for handing out that shout out to Shura. Raga, I appreciate that. If anyone would like to join in, we do have a Discord where you can post your warm-up sketches anytime we do warm-up sketching. And then feel free to drop anything you're doing in there. You don't have to do the poses I'm doing. You can do different ones. But I will share those on screen at the end of the session. So if you'd like to do that, you are more than welcome. But yeah, there's our quick 30-second to a minute poses, and then just did a couple 5 minutes, and we're about to start with some 10-minute set sketches. So for anyone who hasn't been here before, I don't normally just do this. I also do illustration. So this is the portfolio that I'm working on right now. I'm trying to update this. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Shoot, how do I use this program? Usually it's pieces like this. This is a piece I finished recently here on stream. I'm trying to get into children's books, so I'm working on updating that portfolio. I'm hoping to start pitching it again next month. So I have one other piece I'm working on. I'll actually be working on this new piece like on Wednesday. So if anybody hasn't already seen this, this is the piece. Oops, I thought I had it pulled up. No, I did not. Shoot. There you go. This is the piece I'm currently working on to add to this portfolio. So I'll be working on that again probably tomorrow on stream. And I'm hoping, it's going to fix some of the issues I have here, which is the fact that I just, one, don't have any dinosaurs. It's a big problem because I like dinosaurs a lot, but also just don't have a lot of people in my portfolio. There's quite a few of these that are just animals, and I really need to emphasize the human aspect a little more if I want to get into kids' books. So I'm hoping that a little more stronger storytelling and a little more focus on humans is going to help. So anyway, if you're into any of that, feel free to hang out. That's kind of what you can expect here. But I hope you had a good stream, Shura. And thanks for bringing your people here. I'm actually going to leave this up just in case. Or you know what I'll do? I'm just going to take screenshots. Screenshots are my best friend. Love them. So handy. And that way, hopefully my stream doesn't crash. Okay. Anyway, so let's get on to a 5-minute sketch. Microraptors, exactly. That is what they are. There we are. Okay, here's our 5-minute pose we're going to start with. Again, this is in the Discord, so you don't have to just use what's on screen here for me. I'll make him a little smaller. He's a little bit big. So we're going to do a 10-minute pose. And if I can look a little bit closer, I might use one of those programs that automatically does these poses for us. So maybe next time if we do this again, if people like it, we can look into that. But okay. So let me start the timer. Where are we at here? Cool. Okay. Oh no. I can't do a 10 minutes to this song. Hold on. It's just too country of a cover of this song for right now. Oh, that's also stressful. We need to find... Okay, this is a little more chill to draw to. One of my biggest pet peeves when I was in art school, doing art classes, I didn't go to art school, but I did take a few drawing classes in college when I was getting my teaching degree, was when the art teachers, who we had these long sessions, long poses, would play just these horrible soundtracks and horrible music the whole time. So if any of this music bugs you guys or stresses you out, let me know. I'm happy to switch it over. You did do a gesture-based sketch as the last thing on stream. Oh, no way. I mean, it doesn't, it's up to you. If you want to link it, I can always check it, and if it's not, you know, I just won't show it on screen, but you feel free to drop it in chat. My mods can help decide whether or not that's okay. If you would like to, but no pressure either. You guys should still all go follow Shiratoshi. Been a really cool person to meet here on Twitch, and love watching him work. Really, really good artist. Definitely go give him a follow. Okay. Let us begin. I'm gonna start a 10-minute pose. Oh, hey, Pat Draws, how's it going? That's true, you could whisper it. No, I think this is fine. Yeah, this is gorgeous, holy cow. What are you using for reference? Oh, very nice. Very nice. Really, really pretty piece. I mean, there's no like details. I think it's all good. Lovely work. So if you like seeing this kind of work, go give Shiratoshi a follow, guys. Really nice stuff. Really, really great at anatomy, obviously. Really good human anatomy. That's what I'm hoping to be able to do, is better human anatomy. That's what we're doing today. All right, I'm gonna start my timer. We got a 10-minute timer, and also, how you doing, Pat Draws? Thanks for being here. Hope you're doing well. Okay. Feel free to set your own timer, guys. You don't have to go at my pace either. Again, if you want to do one long study of one figure, it's totally fine. But this is what I'm doing. So feel free to drop up what you're doing in the Discord, if you want to share it. We'll probably be wrapping up in the next half hour, so you got plenty of time to get those drawings done. I like it, I like it. Okay, so for me, for those who just got here, if you're not sure how to start with stuff like this, I always like to find the shape. We kind of talked about this a little bit when we were doing the early studies. You can also look for the line of action. This is obviously there's a lot of action going on, a lot of dynamic, and I don't know, there's a word for that I can't think of. But yeah, I just want to point out like where the weight of the figure is kind of really strong on these legs here, and there's also quite a bit of it being held right there as well, so you can see those muscles sort of tensing to hold up the torso into that pose. So keep those things in mind as you go. I like to work in kind of blobby shapes and kind of find the figure in that. That's sort of my preferred method, but that does not mean it's the only method. You're going to see all sorts of preferences in the way people approach these. So we can all learn from each other. You can also challenge yourself too in figure drawing to like do different styles of figure. So like maybe on one you do more of a line heavy, less shape. I've seen people do scribble gestures before. I kind of lean a little bit scribbly maybe. I'm not sure what I would classify myself as, but yeah, try not to do what I'm doing right now, which is get too caught up in some of those other details before you have the proportion figured out. I would imagine, for the most part, if you're worried about, you know, appropriateness, I guess, of the art on screen, I would imagine that most people, like, who aren't so comfortable with that would see the title of this and be like, I'm just not gonna watch today, which is totally fine. I feel like most of the time we're pretty safe around here, so. Blocking in my big shapes. I'm not worried too much about details just yet. I want to make sure I'm getting all the muscles laid out well. Before I get into detail. This is the classic discus thrower pose. See this a lot. Now this foreshortening on this knee is going to be tricky. I'm going to actually peel back a little bit. Remember, this is a 10-minute pose, so once you get you have time to really get your forms right here before you worry about you know, more refined detail. How do I know how long he posed for? I'm setting a timer for the pose, Pat draws. I'm assuming you're joking, but I'm sure. I mean, you could probably hold this pose for a little bit of time, but 10 minutes of this would be kind of intense. So, this is one of the benefits of drawing from a photographed figure, is that you can kind of get a little bit more dynamic poses because it's just a moment in time rather than somebody who has to stand in that pose the whole time. Yeah. Oh my goodness, Pat. I hope you're doing well. It's good to have you in here. I'm sorry, you might infer then. You might infer. Usually I try to be really good about saying infer instead of assume for that exact reason. Got that strong weight-bearing foot right there. Raised heel. And feel free to reference your skeleton that we were looking at earlier. I'm gonna work in my values. And again, you've got some weird stuff going on because the pants are sort of like pulling on the skin in awkward ways that wouldn't be super realistic. It's just not, I mean, you can use the opportunity to do a fabric study if you'd like to. But this is just not how like the human body actually connects because the cloth is kind of obscuring some of that. So just keep in mind some of that stuff. Reference your skeleton. Yes, your own actual skeleton. So one thing, if you are working traditionally especially, you can do a reductive method, which is to erase in details. So like, for example, if I was going to just block in this whole values area right here, that whole leg, but there's obviously small details in there, I could go back in and gently erase out some of the highlights. Right, so I see this highlight down the leg here, I can draw that back in with the eraser. And it's a little easier to kind of manipulate the value there with an actual eraser. I'm using a digital one, obviously. But if you look closely, you'll notice other things, like there's a little bit of bounce light coming off the wall here. So there's actually some light inside that calf shadow to kind of like give a little bit of definition to that calf. Just a little, but it's like enough to give you some extra information. And if anyone started around the time I did, you've got about 2 minutes left. But if you, of course, are using a different timer, that is okay. Or if you're not using a timer at all, that is also okay. Feel free to spend more time. I will be moving on after the timer goes off for me. I actually didn't realize I spent so much time on that leg down there. It's very easy to do on some of these. I told you guys I have a bad habit of that when I do timed poses. So I'm gonna try and do a little better on the next one. That's okay. We're all learning here. I'm gonna erase out some of those details in the muscles I'm seeing back there. not going to worry too much about facial features. And I think we might be entering into a ad break here in a little bit. So remember, you also have the pose in the Discord and in the link above at the top of chat. And if you don't feel comfortable sharing your pieces, please don't feel pressured to. I just want to offer, if people do want to share the work they're doing, I think it can be nice and inspiring to see other artists kind of working alongside you. So if you'd like to do that, or if you need that kind of motivation to know that you're not the only one kind of struggling, because I know I sure am, feel free to share what you make in the Discord. I'm going to quickly try and get in some highlights. I don't think I'm going to get very many in before the camera goes off. That is okay. I don't know what that's talking about. Really cool shadow on this arm here. I don't have time to block all of it in, but these computers now have primary control. So many cool details I just didn't have time for in this pose. Really see like the different planes of the finger here with those highlights too. Alright, I hear you, Okay. So sorry for anybody who got stuck in that ad while we were drawing. I didn't notice it until I was already pretty close to done. Okay. That's as far as I got. So we'll say this is the 10-minute. And I'm gonna find another one. Did 3 guys and 3 gals. Nice. It's actually... Oh, hey! It's actually your first sketch with pressure sensitivity on your brush. Really? Wait, you've never... Wait, hold on, Shiratoshi. You've never painted with pressure sensitivity? Digitally? How do you even make the work you make without that? That's crazy. Has it just not been working? I'm so confused. Here for those who want to not have ads. I know. So sorry about the ads, guys. Hey, but thanks for those who do stick through the ads. They really do help me out, so I appreciate that. All right, let's post another one. I'm gonna take a little minute here to actually like try and find some good poses. Aw, Azalea! Oh my gosh, you can't keep doing that. Are you kidding right now? That is so nice. Thank you so much for gifting your faces pretty. And I hope you guys enjoy this this screaming baby gif. Thank you so much for those subs. That is really, Matt, that's really nice. Thank you, truly. I really, really appreciate that. And you know what you just did? You just unlocked a new, I think, if I'm reading this right, I think you actually just unlocked a new amount of subs. Or excuse me, a new amount of emotes for the channel. I'm pretty sure you just did. That is so cool. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. I'll have to look into that later. I think that's what that means. At least that's what OBS is telling me, but I actually don't know how OBS knows that, to be honest. So I might have to double check that. But I think that's how that works. Does anyone know how to check that so I can check it later? Let me know. I'll look into it if not. But thank you either way, even if it did or it didn't, regardless, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. All that sub stuff, and all the money from that, and bits, and all those things, it all goes to paying for the studio, and for groceries, and also paying for materials, and subscriptions to art programs, and just kind of keeps me from having to take on client work in order to make ends meet, so I really appreciate that. It'll say under emotes. Where's emotes? There's emotes. New artist add emotes, bonus emotes. I need to get my Twitch alerts. I don't know, I think it just did. It looks like OBS is updating along with what the emotes say, because now it says I would need like more. So I think it just did. Well, thank you either way. I really super appreciate it. And I think those slots never go away, right? Like even if I like never get another sub in my life or something, don't they stay forever? I don't know how Twitch works. They're there. Sweet. Now I just have to make emotes. Well, thank you. Thank you again. I super appreciate that. I wish I could give you more than cheese, but you know what? One day I will be able to give you more than cheese, and we're gonna have other emotes, at least, for you to play with. As soon as I get my portfolio updated and submitted, I'm planning on doing some emote streams, so... Oh, too nice. Too nice. That almost makes it sound like a threat. You better watch out, Amaze. Let's see. What pose should we do now? Should we do another... Do you guys want to do a 10-minute female pose? Let's do a 10-minute female pose. Try and find a good one. It's a little bit dynamic, but not too intense. Oh, there's so many intense ones. Holy cow. Matt being Santa Claus in summer. Seriously. Oops, sorry, hiccup. Okay, let's do... Sure doesn't sketch with pressure sensitivity. Oh, thank you for clarifying, Raga. I was like, he is amazing. Call me Santa Claus. A little bit harder to find. Oh, here's a fun one. This is a nice ballerina pose for a female figure. Oh, here's another nice one. Oh, there's something. Ballerinas are crazy flexible. How do you even? Alright, let's do a 10-minute pose. One that's not too intimidating. I don't want to scare anybody. I think this one would be good. Image. This one's pretty good. Again, a little more cloth kind of obscure. Well, yeah, I don't like the cloth obscuring the back muscles there. Let's just do this one. Aww, Azalace, that's so nice. I am honored that you would choose to spend that money here. Thank you so much. I hope you don't feel pressured to do so, but I very much appreciate it. Okay, yeah, I'm trying to see what you guys can see on screen here. Let's do this one as a 10-minute pose as well. Oh, can I fit all that in there? I'm not sure if I can. Hold on, we're gonna have to modify. I'll drop this one in the Discord. 10-minute pose here. And then we might do some cooldown sketches that are a little shorter again, because I don't know if 10 minutes is intimidating or not. Hopefully it's not. Well, I appreciate it nonetheless. Thank you. Super kind of you. I just hope, I'm honored that you enjoy spending time here enough to do all of that. I'm honored when anyone does that. Okay. Let's do this one. I think you can see that. Double check. Yeah, okay. Alrighty, gonna start my timer. 10 minutes. Nah, you are way too kind to even think of it. I lost something. Hold on. I'm sorry. If you've already begun, that's totally fine. I've not started my timer yet. So hey, if you you just get extra time. Where did that go? Yeah, I think I lost it. Oh well, it doesn't matter, I guess. Really good at losing things. Alright, let's I'm gonna get started before I lose more time. Hey, no pressure. Seriously. I just hope you're only doing what you want to do. Right, exactly like Senna said. Yeah, please don't break the bank on our account. We appreciate you just hanging out with us. I'm sure I speak for Senna and Amaze. Like, it's definitely appreciated, don't get me wrong, but like, yeah, again, just do whatever works for you, you know? Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully it's something you just, yeah. Anyway, I don't want to restate myself a million times, but you hear what I'm saying. Okay. All right, 10-minute timer starting on this pose right now. I'm gonna actually use a different brush. I'm getting kind of tired of this one. It's a little too rough. This one. I'm gonna restart my timer. Trying to find a good. There we go. I'm gonna try this digital brush for mine. Okay. Got that really strong movement with the leg here. Of course, this is a ballet pose, right? So you've got this like unnaturally pointed toe. Because nobody usually just like walks around like this, right? And you've actually got the suit that they're wearing is actually kind of helping follow the line of action a bit. So that's something to keep in mind. Got this really nice, almost like from fingertip to toe tip, you got this really nice flow here. So definitely try and keep that in mind when you're trying to find the angle on this pose. You got this hand that's like almost, I always keep drawing them too big. I keep trying to draw them small and I just make them too big, but that's okay. Maybe I'm slightly wrong here. Yeah, I always oversize them. I'm glad it's not just me, Amaze. And remember to keep in mind your landmarks. Like the elbow is going to be higher than the top of the head. So if your top of your head's here and your elbow is here, it might be a little too close. I probably tried to shorten her arm too much to keep it on the page. But just think about those things as you're drawing. It's not too bad, so I'll just leave it where it's at. Ooh. Anyway. Oh yeah, saving. I don't think I've saved this whole time. I will do that when I'm done with this pose. And think about your hip, right? Like the hips are there, the joints are coming out right there. So you don't want to, you want to make sure like it makes sense where you're putting the leg. You know, don't just like put it any old place. Think about proportion, think about what actually makes sense. Ask yourself those questions. Don't just draw what you think you're seeing, but like study the image. Ask yourself why things are in certain places so that you can learn where to place them on your own when you go to do something like this in the future. Some kind of drawing with the figure. Remember, that's the whole point of any kind of a study, is to actually learn, not just copy, which again is why I highly recommend taking a life drawing class if you're able to. Oh, thank you. I will hydrate after this pose. Yep. I will keep that in the queue. Just a minute. I hope this is helpful, and I hope it's somewhat informational. Don't actually know if the things I'm saying are accurate, but this is how I think about it, and I hope it helps. At the very least, I hope somebody other than myself has been forced to do figure studies who hasn't done them in years. So I know that's definitely me today. I would not have done this if not for putting it on the schedule and just committing to doing it. So. Over 10 years, yeah. Yeah, it's been way over 10 years for me as well. Ugh, honestly, it really is just making me miss figure drawing even more. It was my favorite class I took in college. It was only one semester. It was like one class. It was probably the most, like hands down, the most helpful art class specifically. I had some helpful like education classes, but like as far as art making goes, hands down figure drawing. If you can take no other class, if you're somebody who's in college and you want to take an elective, but you're doing some other, you're not on the art path like I was on the education path, but I wanted to take as many art electives as my schedule would allow. Figure drawing is one you need to prioritize. You're gonna learn so much from that class. And then if you don't have access to that, a practice that you can get into is just to go sit in coffee shops and draw people. As just draw the people you see sitting around you. It can be a little awkward if they realize that you're drawing them, but it rarely happens, especially if you're not drawing people who are like right next to you. Be a little sneaky about it. But you can also learn a lot about stuff there too. It's kind of like a good free, because a lot of times people are on their phone or they're reading or they're on their laptop, so they're not really paying attention to other people. They're having a conversation, they're just not looking around. So it's a good area to hang out and do those things. I didn't mean to draw that. I was actually gonna leave that off. Shoot. Oh well. Yeah, coffee shop drawings. I need to get back in the habit of that. It's just not a practice that I have. I don't drink coffee. It's part of the reason. And I also don't have a coffee budget. Maybe I should start a coffee fund. Hey, you guys want to draw in coffee shops? Well, I'll pay for tea. Tea is what I drink. But I still think or like a bookstore or something. There's ways to go find humans out and about. I used to do it at Barnes & Noble sometimes. Because then I feel less pressure to just sit there taking up a seat. Because, it's Barnes & Noble. It doesn't matter as much. Alright, what I'm doing right here is like toning the figure. Kind of like I was talking about earlier. So that I can pull out some of the highlights that I'm seeing. Then I'm going to go back in and do those highlights. Just a second. We'll see how much time is left on the clock. Got 4 minutes still. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. I'm having to work a little bit differently now because I'm doing this digital brush. I'm just trying to emphasize like where I see the brightest highlights here. I'm not trying to do all of the things. I'm just gonna pretend I drew the hand on the page. I did not, but okay. That looks good. Alright, this will probably be the last pose, because I did kind of want to be off around 6. So if you had any warm-up sketches that you wanted to show, this is a last call to get them in the chat, or get them in the Discord. You can drop them in chat too if you just don't, if you're somebody who doesn't use Discord but you still want to participate. You just run the risk that I may not see them. So it is a little easier for me to just scroll down the Discord and just show off what's posted in there. So if you're in the Discord and you're looking around, you're not sure where to post them, it is in the warm-up art section. And also, if you didn't do figure studies today, if you warmed up or cooled down, however your process is at this point in the day, with a different reference drawing, totally fine. If you were doing something from another stream of mine and you just didn't get a chance to participate before, that is also fine. Always post any of those warm-ups in the warm-up art section, and I will show them at the end of the next stream. Does not matter. They're like quote-unquote on top here. But yeah, anything that's in there before I end stream tonight, I will show. Haven't had too much issue with people posting non-warm-up stuff in there, but if it becomes a problem, I might have to ask people to move things. But so far, everyone's been pretty much staying on topic there. But just again, make sure it is a drawing from reference. That's mostly what we want to focus on here. Just in that chat. Wait, this timer is going on forever. I didn't think I'd have enough time to do the hair details, but there we go. A little bit of hair highlights in there. Ooh! Ah! That's rude. I wasn't doing anything, Raga. So scary. I was so focused. I swore I was gonna look over there and see that it was Darth. Raga, you sneaky, sneaky squirrel. I gotta remember to turn those off when I'm doing this. Raga just had to get her jump scare in. Oh, and there's my... Oh shoot, there's my timer. Okay. I'm taking an extra second because I got squirreled. Alright, there we go. It's a little disproportionate at the top, but that's okay. Raga, you sneaky, sneaky mod. The mods are always trolling me. Oh, it's okay. It's like part of the job, right? Ooh, excuse me. Alright, that was a 10-minute pose there. I think I missed some chat. Hold on, let me catch up on chat. If you do have work you want to share, feel free to put them in chat now. Oh, and I gotta hydrate. Uh-oh, my hydration's empty. Hold on. I tend to sync with the end of the timer. Oh, do you? You did. You timed out pretty well, I have to say. I feel like, yeah, I probably definitely should have turned that off. If we ever do this again, I probably need to remind myself to turn off the sound alerts just temporarily. I can think of a few names in chat that might have used that. Alright, I hydrated. Got that one out of the way. Oh, somebody already cleared it. Well, thank you, whoever that was. Let's see. If you got something you want to drop, now's your chance. I'm gonna make sure I didn't miss anything in chat really fast. Casey, have you watched The Boy, the Mole, and the Fox? Yeah, I have. I do. I love that. I really want to get the book. I think that was like a COVID project that he worked on. I follow him on Instagram. Yeah, I've seen it on Apple TV or whatever it's called. Do you think could I do this pose in real life? I mean, not on my tiptoes. 2012 was the last time, not counting figure drawing animals. That's true. Yeah, drawing at the zoo is a great way to study animals. Gonna lurk as your phone charges. Hey, thanks for coming on in, Asleus. I appreciate you. Yeah, I hope it was inspirational. I hope anybody gets anything out of these warm-up sketches, to be honest. I'm always honored. Yeah, you know what? If that's the best I can hope for, is that it might inspire someone to pick up a pencil and just try. You don't have to share it. There's no pressure ever. I know there's people who draw along with me that don't feel comfortable sharing, and that is totally okay. You absolutely do not have to. Well, good. Some motivation has been improved. Oh, I love that. Thank you so much. Yeah, well, I'm honored. Truly, I'm honored. I hope that that's what this is. You guys are inspiration for me, too. Like, anyone who draws along with me, whether you share it or not, just knowing that, like, someone is co-working along with me really helps motivate me to, like, keep me trying to do things like this. Like, I always tell myself, you know, like most artists, we all tell ourselves, like, we should be doing these things. Like, doing studies and working from observation and using references to learn. But it's just one of those tasks that you often feel like I don't really have time, or don't want to, or don't feel like it today, or you like make all these excuses about why you can't. And so just like knowing that there's people like kind of keeping their eye on me to make sure that I'm doing it, it's like just enough accountability for me. So I appreciate you guys, and I'm glad that could inspire anybody as well. Baby Stapler, hey, thank you. Welcome on in. No worries. We're about to go look at the things that people dropped in Discord. We'll see if anyone drew along. I don't know. I think I saw one in there last time, so there's at least one to look at. But if you have something that you'd like to share that you worked on that was warm up from observation related, feel free to drop it in there. We're gonna take a peek. Are you an artist as well, Baby Stapler? I can't remember. I feel like we just met the other day. Let's see. Yeah, Raga's fitting in just fine. Yep. Gotta troll the streamer, right? You got both versions of the books. What does that mean? You have like a... What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Of the boy, the mole, the fox, and the horse, or whatever it's called? Okay, let me scroll on over to Discord here. Oh, we do have some art. Wonderful. Okay, so... looks like we have a few pieces to show, so I'm going to go ahead and put those up on screen. If anyone wants to add, it's not too late still, you can always drop it into Discord while I'm looking. That's totally fine. Anything that gets shared after stream, I will just show on the next stream. So if you're watching this later, or if you were spending longer on these poses and you still want to show off what you were doing, feel free to drop them in chat. Amaze, of course. These look amazing. These look so stinking good. Holy cow. I love these dynamic poses. Yeah, you're really good at form. You're really good at proportion. Your line work is super solid. These are incredible. Did you ever take figure drawing classes, Amaze? I know you said you went to art school. Was that something that you had the opportunity to do? I love you got the weight really well in these. I really feel like the weight of where they're placing the movement, I guess, in the image. These look great. Well done. Ooh, Cinna! Look at these. Very nice. Ooh, really nice. This has some really nice movement in it. I'm a sucker for a sketchy line, I'm not gonna lie. These look great. Yeah, and I can really feel like the lean in this pose. For sure. Yeah, and again, the weight, you're really good at getting the weight in there. It really feels like I can feel the heel pressing into the ground here. Nice proportions as well. I can tell both of you guys spend a lot of time drawing people, like way more than me. So, well done. Those are beautiful. Beautiful things. Oh, more from Amaze. Oh, nice. I wanted to do some foreshortening ones. This is a really nice example of foreshortening right here. For anyone who doesn't know what foreshortening is, it's when part of the figure is closer to the camera than the rest of the figure. So you'll see this a lot when there's like poses like this, where it's like right up the hand, right? So you can see like the hand's a lot bigger than my face. And like figuring out how to draw those things in perspective and draw them anatomically, proportionally accurate is really hard. And so there's a little bit of foreshortening here in the foot, kind of like a shortening of the leg a little bit. But this looks great. You did a great job handling it. Nice form here too. Really good structurally super sound. Really good proportions and structures, Amaze. Really nice. Love this. Great weight here. This is a really nice pose. Oh no, there's an ad break. I'm not good at paying attention when those are happening. I'm so sorry. Oh, I see. A few, yeah, though most of this came from outside practice. Oh yeah, well, I mean, I'm not trying to like give credit to art school or anything, but it's just like an opportunity to like, anytime you can take a figure drawing class or any kind of class like that, it's gonna be an opportunity for growth. And it's gonna show that you've put in the time doing it is more the reason I was asking. Yeah, these look great. Fantastic pieces. Love it. And I'll drop mine in here too in just a little bit. I'm gonna wait just a second, and while we have an ad break going on, I'm gonna pause, and then we'll look at Senna's, and then I'm gonna post mine in there as well because I always forget to do that after stream. And then yeah, if no one else posts any to share, then we will move on and send this art love on to another art streamer who's hopefully doing some family-friendly stuff. I'm gonna share my 10-minute poses. I'm not going to share all of these. Oh, time to get a stretch in too. Okay. Alright, I think the ad break's over, so sorry about that. Maze, I don't know if you heard the rest of my comments, but yeah, it just shows that you've spent a lot of time. That's more the reason I was asking about... Whoa. Did you guys see that? Why did everything go dark? That was weird. Hopefully my Cintiq's not going out. That was a little scary. But yeah, it just shows that you spent the time studying. So it's more why I was asking. It looks fantastic also. And then of course we've got Senna here with these 5-minute sketches. Really nice. Really nice. Really good proportions, Senna. These look awesome. Really, really good. I love the movement. You did such a good job with like placing the feet. I always struggle. I always get down to the feet and I'm like, now where do I put these? These look great. Thank you guys so much for drawing with me. Really nice 5-minute poses. I'm gonna go ahead and post mine too, just so I don't forget after the stream. Oh, Senna snuck another one in. I hit enter. I'm gonna look at Senna's 10-minute pose. Nice, nice. I can see you were trying to pay a little more attention to the details here. Very nice stuff. This is a hard one. This is like, there's a lot of dynamism. Is that the word I'm looking for? Dynamism? A lot of dynamism going on in this pose, for sure. Yeah, I'm so glad that you could join us, too, Sin. I think this is the first time, right, that you've made a live warm-up sketch stream. It's awesome to have you. Honored to have you here. Really nice stuff. Well, everybody gets hearts. So much good stuff. First live. Yeah, it's awesome to see you. Well, thanks for joining in. If anyone posts, I'm just putting this here so I know where my line is. I threw you into, yeah, I hate drawing people too. We were in the deep end together today, Senna. Basically, if you do any warm-up sketches from this or anything past that spot where I posted mine, that's just kind of my marker to know where to pick up for the next warm-up stream. So if you're interested in the next one, we'll be doing one tomorrow at 10 a.m. We'll be studying interiors tomorrow. So if you just kind of like, I don't know how to draw an interior, quite frankly, so I may be throwing myself in the deep end tomorrow. It's going to be very structural from me. So if anyone's an expert at interiors and wants to chime in, please feel free to do so. We do warm-up sketches Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thanks, Amaze. There's that schedule at 10 a.m. And then I'll do longer form sketching and drawing, usually painting of some kind. Mondays and Wednesdays in the afternoon at 4 p.m. But for now, we're going to go see if we can find somebody else. We're all going to be in the deep end tomorrow, guys. It's rough, but hey, you know, that's what solidarity is for. That's why I appreciate you guys drawing with me. It makes me feel like we're doing a group activity and we're all suffering together. But it's good suffering, hopefully. It's going to help us all get together. Get better together is what I'm trying to say. So, yeah, where's Kanta? Seriously. I bet Kanta would be great at it. All right. Well, let's thank you guys again for being here. I'll see you again tomorrow, but I'm going to find someone to raid really fast, so don't go anywhere just yet. I would love to send this love on to someone else who's doing some art. One of my favorite parts about the art community here is how supportive and wonderful everyone is of each other. It's been really cool to see. I've enjoyed meeting so many cool people here on Twitch. And I think we're going to raid into another artist. If I can find somebody doing family friendly is the hard piece of that. I do try really hard. Oh, you know what? Blue Skittle is on. I don't think we've raided Blue in a long time. Yeah, we haven't rated him this month. Blue Skittle, he lurks on here a lot. Some of you've probably seen him in chat. Maybe some of you haven't had a chance to actually see his work. He is always family friendly, always super sweet, really, really skilled, really skilled artist. So we are going to raid on into a Blue Skittle. Paleo's on. Yeah, I try not to do those unless I have no other art. I do try to keep it art related here. Or if we're doing dinosaurs, we might do it tomorrow. We'll see. I'll be drawing that dinosaur piece, by the way, tomorrow. If anyone missed that. Here, let me pull my portfolio over again. This is the piece I'll be trying to finish up tomorrow afternoon. So it's got some dinosaurs in it. There's another piece I kind of wanted to work on. We'll see. I always get ahead of myself, but I have a lot of work to do still on this one. A lot of colors to figure out, a lot of lighting to figure out. So it's still at the rough stage. So we'll think about that another time. But yeah, appreciate that. And as always, if anyone has any art, like family-friendly streams to recommend, please do. But for now, let's go see what Skittle's up to, guys. And we'll catch you next time. So have a good night. Thanks for joining. Thanks for the follows. Thanks for the raids. My gosh, thanks for the subs. This is such a kind, uplifting. You guys have really made my evening. Such a nice stream today. Appreciate you, Shiratoshi, BD Soul, and all the people who followed today. And of course, Math for all those subs. It was super nice. We got some new emotes. We'll be working on those soon. But anyway, like I said, let's go ahead and raid into Blue and see what he's up to. Have a good night, guys. Bye.